Is this working? Is this working? Okay, really. Oh, this is. I blame Dave for all of
What the
this.
hell have you done? You've really broken that.
Yeah, I know, because I wasn't like I. You just.
You've set your settings.
Hi, Richard. Hi, Richard.
Hi.
How are you, Richard?
I'm okay. I'm sorry I'm late.
What took you so long to get here, Richard?
I thought it was at midnight.
Midnight. No,
Yeah.
it's now. It's now. It's right now. Sorry for the bad production. We give up on Richard turning up, so I was just like, no, he's not going to turn up. He's not going to turn up. And Dave was like, well, you're going to have to fucking do something. And I was like, yeah, do it. So, yeah. Hi, Richard.
Spooky doesn't like the red text since you're doing production.
He doesn't like the red text.
No.
The whole new channel thing is red and black. So
It is, but the red isn't very clear on the screen.
that's exactly the point. I do not want it jumping out. Yous are involved, but yous aren't main and center stage.
Right, what he's saying is fuck off, Spooky.
Now, I would never, ever say... sorry, I'm still setting up. Never, ever say, fuck off, Spooky. In saying that, Spooky, would you like to join? Would anybody like to join and fill the space and fill the gap?
Poor Granny could join.
I would very much enjoy it if Pork Granny joined. Would Pork Granny be involved in joining? I know she has a laptop. It recently got a Windows reinstall. It's older than my laptop, but it does work.
I thought you were going to say it's older than you.
No, it's not that old, man. And Pigbot's working. There we go. Now we're set up. Now I can relax. There we are. So, we're stream sniping Rib. Is that what we're doing, Dave?
Are we? I think that's where we're going to end up at this rate. Or we're going to try and play that game you talked about where I get to blow your head off.
Oh, yes.
That sounded quite appealing.
Yes. I don't know if anybody would want to. Camera's downstairs. Never again. You don't need your camera. Jump on. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. Yeah. Just jump on. I generally don't think that the 20 people watching want us to watch. Right. If you want us to talk shit and chat and invite people on, type 1. If you want me to shoot Dave with a gun with like Minecraft graphics, type fuck off. Spartan, jump on. Links there. We're just chatting. Richard was to turn up. Richard being Richard didn't turn up. He only had 4 hours notice and 3 days of...
It's your fault then. If you only give him 4 hours notice, it's clearly your fault.
We arranged the time in his time zone 3 days beforehand. Hello, Spooky.
Hello. I'm here to save the show.
Can you do a Richard impression?
He literally went for like the avatar that was the opposite of Richard. Even with his general spiral avatar, we all sort of have a half idea what Spooky looks like, and in our minds, it looks more like Richard. But
but do you know the picture? Whose picture this is?
I know the face. Go on, tell me and see if I'm right.
No, it's the new quiz.
It's the new quiz.
It's the new quiz.
It's the new quiz. Who is this? Who is this face? What is their name?
Tinky Winky,
right.
Pinky Winky, Timey Dinky.
No, wrong. Anybody in the chat? Let's see.
I have changed the latency to low latency, so let's see what the chat. We've got a rage.
Hey, what up, y'all? Let me know if I'm too loud. I just turned my mic up.
No, Knock, you're perfect. You're perfect. Let the audience, if the audience wants to let me know, because I'm not wearing any headphones or anything, there's any echo. I'm trying to cover it.
I've got my speakers on as well, so
yeah,
I could be echoing.
Hello, Rage.
Would you like to pretend to be Knock
Richard
or Rage?
I love Richard, but I can't do a good crazy. So
I can't do an American accent. All I can do is, I'm walking here. I'm walking.
Oh no, you can totally do a good horse impression, Spooky.
Yeah, but horses are yeah, but yeah, okay. Anyway,
Do a horse.
yeah,
No.
I kid with Richard. I was super excited that he was going to be on. It's been so long. Like I was getting worried. He put a comment on my new video, and I'm like, Richard's alive, you know. And then I saw you were going live with Richard. I'm like, Richard's back, and no Richard.
Yeah, no, you see, I'd be desperately honest. He did say to me, send it to me a day in advance. I panic about these things, and I sent it to him at 7 o'clock with 4 hours notice. So it's probably my fault that he only got 4 hours notice, even though we did arrange the time, and I converted it for his time zone when we arranged it.
But he had one simple request to tell him one day before. He just wanted 24 hours.
It was
notice.
in brackets,
And he
Spooky. It
failed.
was in brackets. It was in brackets, so it's an afterthought. That's the way I look at it.
No.
No, if it
Brackets
had
is the
explanation
most
marks,
important
it would have been a definite thing. Brackets, afterthought. Crafty, the link's in the chat.
Anyway, okay, right. The answer is this avatar is Freddie Parrotface Davies.
Who the hell's that?
Yeah.
It's before your time, but look him up. He was a comedian and singer back in the day.
He just joined. Oh no, different hat.
Hey, gang.
Hello.
Hello, Randy.
So yes, Knock, what you were saying is, Richard,
Hello.
I've seen him around. I've seen him in a few chats. And I reached out to him the other day and I was like, do you want to come on for a catch up? And was up for it.
I think Randy could do a damn fine Richard impression. It's like, Richard, you've shaved everything.
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 I don't know who Richard is, but I can do a lot of impressions.
I was going to say, Randy's not only Randy's been here just about the time that Richard's been away.
They're the same person. It's Richard with a shave.
I changed in a phone booth.
You can grow a beard that quickly, I'd be impressed. No, how was your scan?
It's shit. I mean, we're kind of in the no man's land of not knowing until the next test. Yeah. So I'll know probably end of the week next week. I get the test on Wednesday. I should have the results by Friday.
Oh,
so yeah, I'm in that no man's land of having nightmares for no reason, probably.
You'll be fine.
You will be. You have to be. Right, and on a completely other unrelated issue, have you seen the message from Side 10?
Yes. Well, I follow him at Meta on Facebook, so
what happened?
You know, he's a great source of information. Side 10 stepped away from his ministry because of a sin. That is an undisclosed discretion on his part. He has stepped away. Yeah.
We'll take that for what it is, whether it's a girl or a boy, whether they were underage.
I can read it out to you.
Maybe it was theft.
It says, "It is with great sadness that I must inform you that I have been guilty of moral failure and will no longer be involved in public ministry.
Can you share that screen, Spooky?
Of my church,
Spooky, can you share that?
Oh God, that's far too complicated.
They will share.
I have spoken with the elders of my church, and they have determined that my sin disqualifies me from the ministry. This means that I will no longer be involved in
Man, the link's there. Join in.
teaching or apologetics. I am sorry for the shame my sin has brought upon the name of Christ and for the hurt I've caused. Please pray for me. I have submitted myself to the care of the elders of Faith Presbyterian Church, Tilsonburg. If you have any questions, please email my elders at blah blah. This post will remain on my private page until I delete my page this evening, but will remain on my public page. Then it trails off.
Your Twitter account's gone.
Well, there's only one really big thing that I can say about something like that, and that's ha 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 ha.
Oh man. Apparently, it was behind the scenes. It was a really nice chap. He was much less of a
Yes. It was
Darth
all right to talk to
Maul
him if you
figure.
didn't want to talk to him about religion.
Somebody I would have been interested to have on.
Oh.
Calvinists, I find, are
So this
funny
guy wasn't a
and frustrating.
jackass, though. He was pretty nice.
I was asked to debate. Absolutely.
yes. I mean,
I wouldn't debate him.
He's a priest-up.
Yeah.
Adamant priest-up.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. They're either funny and frustrating.
it's brain fizz. It's all brain fizz. How do you know? How do you know that?
That
You're
sounds
adopting
pretty
my
good.
worldview.
Does that come in blueberry?
So,
All the
Rage, whose crazy Christian channel have you been arguing on lately?
Not many. I'm trying to take a step back from arguing with Christians. Now, the other night when I got my diagnosis, I couldn't sleep, so I went into Praise's room. And I didn't do much. Like, I did end up raging out. I left, like, when it got stressful because I'm like, I'm not going to let the Christians stress me out anymore. But I did have a lot of fun setting up the Christians to, like, go at each other and try to take each other's throats. I mean, it was really brilliant. I was pretty proud of myself after that because I did a really good job of getting the Christians to argue about their own theology because none of it makes sense. But yeah, outside of that, I've been staying away, and when I come back, like I'm not talking to these crazy Christians no more. It's not good for my health.
No.
Yeah, anxiety will kill you.
Yeah.
But you see, I don't let them get me frustrated. I just, if they get to that stage, you just ignore them.
Yeah, I mean, and usually that's what I do. I usually have a pretty thick skin. I'm usually the one jumping on John, like you can't take it so seriously. But I mean, they you know, without getting into details and bringing your show into the mud, they went really low and ended up doxing family members, and it got to me mentally after a while.
Speaking of crazy Christians, Spartan, thanks for joining.
Hello, thanks for having me on. Yeah, I'm pretty crazy, but
I'm looking at you, man, and I'm just thinking Freddie Mercury. It's got like a wee old Freddie Mercury thing going on there with the beard and stuff.
I'll take it. He was pretty cool.
He actually I mean, because I've never really seen you before. I've talked to you a couple times. You look a lot like my brother-in-law, and it's creepy.
So I've insulted you, and now the rage is insulting you. Thank you very much for coming back, Spartan.
Yeah. So long. No, I'm just kidding.
How are you, man? How are you? I know we haven't clashed in a wee while, or we haven't talked in a wee while because we've been clashing on a Thursday there. But how have you been?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Like last week in Texas was pretty wild. We had like a crazy ice storm, and we had a pipe burst in our apartment, so we're still like waiting on our living room to get fixed. But it's what it is.
All prepped and ready?
We're all safe.
All going
Pretty
good?
much. Yeah. Yeah. My wife's about to have twins, so
Yeah.
my life's about to get pretty insane.
And no living room.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll be fixed before
I see you've been doing an awful lot of work with Apocalypse Now. Is it Apocalypse Now or
here.
Apocalypse
Here. Yeah. Yeah, me and him become pretty good buddies. Yeah, we do. I've been on his channel a few times. He's been on mine probably too many times. But yeah.
Is Trish coming in to say hello?
I don't know what she's doing. That's why I was looking off to the side. She was trying to say
Hi,
something,
Trish.
but I don't know what. Yeah, MathPig said hi. She said hi.
You're good. Has she been reading Kitchen Confidential because it is coming up in the book club?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Is she not? I thought she was in the book club. Now I'm rambling. Back to knocking crazy Christians and Pee Wee Herman in the top right hand corner.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, my life has been pretty unexciting. I just stay at home all day now because I'm not working because of my health and play World of Warcraft. So not much to talk about.
Do you have a gaming channel, Rage, or do you Twitch?
I'm considering it. I have I'm in a world famous raiding league, and one of the people that I raid with is a super successful gamer. So I kind of made an agreement that I wouldn't stream that, but I'm considering streaming like playing with my alts and stuff.
Yeah, why not? Twitch is easy to get mon. Well, you only need 50 rather than 30.
Yeah.
So
I've wanted to mess around with Twitch for a while.
it's as easy as hitting a different button.
Yeah. I need to mess with it.
I just joined.
Harmonica Man actually plays the harmonica as well. Have you got it handy?
Yes. I don't be silly. Of course I do.
I actually thought it was a name until I seen that you had a channel and come over, and he plays the harmonica.
I guess I do have news. If the test comes back and it's good and I don't have to have lung surgery, then on April 17th, me and Matt Powell will be doing a face-to-face debate on Noah's Flood. If I have to have lung surgery, that'll be postponed, of course. But I have actual camera people that's going to be coming, so he can't mess with my cameras this time. And I've been preparing for about 2 months for this debate, so I'm going to hand Matt Powell his ass to him this time.
I would definitely like to see that. I think he reached out to another person in there in the community, and they were back and forth about whether to do it or not. With you have Matt Powell history, so it would definitely work in your benefit for that.
Well, yeah, a lot of people told me not to do it, but the one official debate that we have on Modern Day Debate, I call it the Modern Day Debacle, it was what it was, and it wasn't no damn debate. And I lost that debate, and I admit it freely, because I had a different agenda, and it wasn't what the thing was supposed to be. So this time I'm going prepared for a debate. I'm going to debate Matt Powell on an issue that I know inside and out to begin with, and I also know his talking points on it. So I'm really surprised that he wanted to do it, and he wants to do it in front of his people, which is dangerous for me, but I'm going to do it. So I'm going to be walking into an NIFB church to have the debate.
In an actual church physically?
Yeah, yep.
I think James
a little tip, bring your own recording crew so you can actually don't get edited out.
Oh yeah, I am. Last time, it's really well known. I went on my own. I had my own cameras, and his crew totally messed my stuff up. The camera, they did something to the camera the whole time. I ended up getting the whole thing on my phone because I didn't trust them to begin with, and I had my phone going the whole time as a backup. But
Right.
it was. I learned the hard way. You can't trust Matt Powell.
I think BRAINBUG and
just a
Ethan
dishonest
went through
man.
that exact same thing as well.
BRAINBUG really wants to have a debate with him. I've mentioned it to Matt, but the thing Matt does, Matt avoids people that know the science. So, like, he wants to have a debate with me because he thinks that I don't know the science, and I've never really given him an indication to know that unless he watches my specific videos on the flood, on the forming of the Grand Canyon. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do his due diligence, so he thinks I'm a moron, and he thinks he's going to be able to win this debate very easily.
Watching the video, especially when he was talking to Ethan, there was an awful lot of body language that was saying to me, I'm not listening. He was literally putting out gotcha sort of phrases and sentences, and he was just waiting for that specific answer. He laid up and he was just waiting for it. And it's... Although BRAINBUG has said if he debates Matt Powell, he will have it here. So that's at least worthwhile something. That might help.
Yeah. Trying to order pizza and this online crap sucks.
So we'll give it what? How long have we been going now? Richard's usually a half hour late, 45 minutes late.
Oh, you're still actually waiting on Richard? Maybe he'll show up.
Let's show up.
20 minutes. No, we're still good. No, Richard, he sometimes turns up. He forgets. He does this. He does that. A couple of people had reached out to me, asked me how he was, and as I say, I've seen him in a few chats. I asked him. Thought it would be good to have a catch up, but
I haven't seen him around anywhere.
we won't be having an open hangout this Thursday, but I will be on Dave. Post the link. Christopher Moot's channel. Moot. M-A-U-T-E. I'll be on his channel, which would be 2 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. And then on Monday, we are having a wee small channel, I think 50, 70 subscribers or something like that. Found them on Twitter. They've just joined about 3 or 4 months ago, so they're going to come on. Hopefully we'll have a good chat and make them as famous as we made Spartan.
I'm only where I'm at because of MathPig. I mean, it's partially a joke, but shoot, if you wouldn't have hooked me up with, well, I still don't know how to say his name or whatever, but Dargendorp or whatever his name is, but help me build my computer.
No, that's exactly it. Comes from the Spooky crowd, and that all goes back to the original roots of Spooky. Now that he's here, we can tackle him and tell Pee Wee Herman how fantastic he is.
And then he freezes. Oh, man. Typical. Oh. And they're back.
You've been giving out the secret though an awful lot though, Dave, I've noticed.
The secret?
Secret? You got the secret.
What's the secret? Shit. Was it a secret? Did I know it was a secret?
You did.
Did I?
Oh, that's that stupid book about thinking.
What?
Doesn't matter. I'm now rambling and trying to fill up time. This is all off the cuff, not planned out.
All right, I'm done ordering my pizza so I can pay attention.
Right, question for Dave. Dave,
Yeah.
are you doing the David Icke thing, or is that on the back burner? Oh, you're still doing it. Good. Because it's like you were talking about it a little while ago, and then time
I wouldn't
passed.
do it next week. Apart from that, you're going to come on and do it.
Literally before we came on stream, Dave was sorting it out and the setup and the sizing for a good 40 minutes before we went live.
I'm adding you to the list.
Well, we'll see. Can you afford my fees?
Sure.
I'll make you a moving background.
I downloaded something that can do that, but I'm too stupid to operate it.
I put Tony Design's head on a robot beside an actual picture of Titan, and with the background moving and all, with like some blue effects the other day, purely so he could come on fucking stream. And I promised to say his name. I won't say it until then. You only get the first bit. Mum, go to bed. Go to bed. You should not be watching any of this, Mum. You should be.
Your mother suggests that you did the Mankini again.
No, she did not suggest Mankini. She suggested dance.
That sounded like the Mankini.
No. There.
No. She said bikini.
Bikini.
There you go.
Bikini.
There's a wee dance phase.
Where's the GIF or there is in the chat yet?
No, the GIF is not in the chat.
My StreamYards.
Do you need your StreamYards? Are we going to 9? Does other people want to join?
My headphones are. Oh my god.
Your headphones are
headphones
your
about to
god.
die.
What sort of Christian are you now?
I don't know. I saw what Dave just put up on the screen, and
He's not paying attention.
yeah.
I'm looking at shared screen. I don't see any shared screen. Oh, for fuck's sake, Dave. There we are. That's that fixed.
Yeah, you're never gonna live that one down.
I
Never.
won't live that.
And we won't allow him to.
No, I won't live that down.
No.
Hey, MathPig, did you want me to play a little ditty real quick while I'm here? All right.
That's obvious. And just to point out, Dave, that is like the worst. Did you do something to that picture? Because it looks like Slender Man or something. It's
No. It's just a picture.
all twisted.
That's you. That's your body.
In a twisted digital form.
Makes you look slimmer.
Ox says, don't talk to your mother. Oops, sorry, your mum like that young man.
What way? Go to bed, Mum. It's late for my mother. What time of the night is it? It's 20 to 12. My ma should be in bed.
And I'm sure you listened to her when you were young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was honest with my mother about most things. That's why she's here and on your channel and on Amanda's. Because she's used to this sort of bullshit. And she agrees with an awful lot that probably what Spartan would say. My mother would be a Christian. So, you know, we have all...
She's not really.
Pardon?
She's not really there.
Oh, she called me a liar. Does that mean you're an atheist now, mother?
I told you. She's not really a Christian. She's going to have to come on and defend herself if she disagrees.
I totally 100%, like, you know, agree with that. What do you... Bullshit.
Bullshite.
Yeah, what, bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit, but she's... Oh, she's spelling it... No, it doesn't matter. Oh, we lost Harmonica Man.
He like hyped himself up and then just left. Come on now.
Pork Granny. There's a slot open now.
I was all excited to hear some harmonica.
I think it would be funny to have Pork Granny on. I have been talking to her about this. But she's very, very afraid of Dave.
Why is she afraid of me? I'm lovely.
You're a nosy bastard.
Yeah. With your inquisitive questions.
Yeah.
With your
And
relentless
in all honesty, right, though, no,
bullying style.
Spooky, in all honesty, what's he going to do? He's going to quiz my mother about me.
Yes, oh god, yes. Did he ever?
And then hold it against me for like a year. 2020 was, you know, he's going to make 2021 my 2020 after the interview with my mother. That's what's going to happen.
She should come on my show.
Yeah, that's an idea. Fresh meat.
Fucking Bill Ashby got his 80-something granny in the old folks' home on camera to join Dave's quiz.
You're
And
fantastic.
the answers that woman came up with were fucking brilliant. What's the delay like? If I say type 1 in the chat, what's the delay to people type 1?
Say 1.
I did twice. Oh,
2.
there we go. That's not bad. Yeah.
Normally, when you're on an ultra, it's like 3 seconds, 4 seconds.
I haven't put it in ultra.
Oh, okay.
Just normal.
Are you talking about
Normal varies based on YouTube.
Normal is shit. Normal's 30 seconds.
Normal can be up to about 2.5 minutes, depending on how bad YouTube's been that day.
Needs more cowbell. Is Ox going to join?
Crafty's being evil. Tell Crafty off.
Why? What is she doing?
No. She's not
She
being
said
evil.
never go on Dave's quiz.
She's not being evil. She's being truthful.
Yeah, it's sage advice.
Yeah. Well, after I think the 4th episode, Spooky realised I should not be here and just stopped.
No. First. During the first episode. What the hell am I doing here?
Yeah.
This isn't a quiz. I've been hoodwinked.
To be fair, no one called it a quiz then.
It was called Critical Questions.
Yeah.
No, it was so.
I explicitly didn't call it a quiz because I didn't consider it a quiz.
Yeah, he made a point of that. What question are we at? 1,500 and something?
We're very close to 1,500, I think. 1,480 something.
What are you doing for your big 1,500, Dave?
I don't know because I don't know when it's going to be.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it can take forever. I've been over 3,900 or 2,900, 39. I can't even remember. 2,900 for about a month and a half now, and yeah, we're still about 49 away. It's just taking forever. When you get to those big points that you're like, yeah, I need to get to that point. That's when everything slows to a crawl.
The trick is to go and find strangers.
Yeah.
On the street.
On the street.
Well, I shit you not, Matt Powell does that. Like when we both in both encounters with Matt Powell, he would go up to people just randomly on the street, hand them a business card to his YouTube channel.
I've been thinking of making cards to my YouTube channel, you know. Got merch, got the bespoke and all that. Yeah. Get out there, man. In saying that, though, if you're going to extend outside of our community reach, you're probably out of, you know, what we've got going. You get better numbers than me and Dave, Spartan and Spooky. You know, you're 40.
It's twice as many subscribers as any of us.
Pardon?
Yeah, I mean, it used to be a lot better. It really it dropped down. I think I've went too soft on certain things, and you know, I think like, all right, so like with the Native American spirituality, I get a lot of criticisms that I don't go at that like I do at Christianity, but I do. It's just I've never really put it on my channel. They don't know, like people don't see the arguments that I've had with my Native American people behind the scenes because I don't put that stuff on the channel. Yeah. But I think that I'm going to start getting back to that. Like I'm looking. Interesting discussion is like what happens when you obviously see religion fail a people, and we actually have seen that in recent history with the Native Americans. And I'm going to be looking at the ghost dance, editing the video right now. And if people don't know what the ghost dance is, they probably heard of Wounded Knee, but the ghost dance is what led to Wounded Knee, and they essentially, you know, had a prophet tell them to do certain things and to wear this certain garment, kind of like the Mormons, and they thought they were bulletproof, and the United States government proved that they were not. And in my opinion, that religion failed those people, you know, so it's going to be an interesting topic moving forward, I think.
Yeah, no, but you do well, man. You do well. You get plenty of people in there.
Yeah, I mean, it is picking up, and I do think, I think that once I'm taking this break and I'm kind of getting my bearings on where I went wrong, you know, with the Smoky Saints of the world. So I think when I come back, it's going to be a better show.
Whenever you first came to my acknowledgement, it was through Mad Pal, because he was more famous than you, and I seen you on his video, and I'm not going to say famous, you know what I mean. He was more well known than you, and I seen you on his, and then went to your channel, and what I used to love was yourself and Drag and what do you call him?
Sock account, yeah.
Soccer. And hell, you'd even have fucking G-Man and Sky Out. Like, I remember, man, that night that Sky Out said same as yours, I had just, the Discord was only maybe 15 people. And I went in at 4 in the morning and changed every single person's name in my Discord to same as yours 1, same as yours 2, same as yours 3. And I was same as yours.
Yeah, that was a classic, man. And I missed those days. And, you know, Drag and Sokka kind of backed off.
He's challenged me to attacking battle.
Oh, yeah?
He was like, please sub to me. I have very little subs. And I'm like, man, I'm already subbed to you on like 3 accounts. And by the way, I will kick your fucking ass in Tekken 7. So he is.
Yeah, and all of my really uber left-wing friends at the time hated you.
Oh.
They're like, that guy, he's way too rightish.
No, having the old Google Plus Hangouts. The fact now that StreamYards can bring in 10, but as I was saying this Dave earlier, it's what, 240, 250 sterling now a year? That's an awful lot of money for having 4 extra people in your Hangout. Like,
yeah, it is. I miss the Google Hangouts. I miss the form. You know, like we can do a lot of things with our OBSs now, but like with Google Hangouts, what I liked about them is it would focus on the person talking, and then the rest of them would just be a little line on the bottom of the screen. So you really you knew who was speaking at the time, right. And I think we're missing that.
I was going to make my script do that, but every single person I've talked to about it has told me not to because they don't want it.
Really? See, that was my favorite part of Google Hangouts.
I spent one night, right? I was maybe a couple of months ago, and I spent one night with the fucking mouse going click, 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 trying to make who was talking full screen. And it was
it's hard to set. It's hard to set that up. Yeah. Chris did it on his show.
Dave's been friendly enough to let me have the script from the start, so it was handy enough to do that. You know, it was just a matter of chopping and changing. But I got so many comments in the fucking chat going, "What the hell are you doing? Just stop!" because it was chopping
Yeah.
and changing so quick. If it's not like a debate format where there's a 5 minute and then a 5 minute and back and forth and the rest of it. No, Carlton, jump in, man. Links in the chat, Dave.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I do think now, simpler is better, especially trying to run OBS. As a producer and trying to be part of the conversation, I think you both can agree it's a pain in the ass.
4 screens, 6
Yeah.
if you include the 2 mobiles I'm running as well. That's what's
I need more
necessary.
screens, so that might make it better for me because I've got 2.
That's OBS. This is StreamYards. This is the chat plus all the other stuff and the bot and shit and the StreamYards tidy. This has got like 4 things on it. And then this is me actually just checking the stream to make sure that the stream's working. This is a stream deck. And then I have another phone up there doing as the camera for all of this. Plus, if anyone wants to text me on Twitter, I've got the mobile. So that's 7 if you include your mobile. That's what it takes to
Let's see, Rage's pansy ass Cherokee, lol. Yes, I am a Cherokee.
Man, in all honesty, like you should. I built a table. You've seen it on Twitter, and all that. There, it comes from the people who support this channel. It comes from the memberships, the super chats, and all the rest of that. And if you think about it, and people will call you tight, or if you're smart with your money, like 50 quid built the table, £100 bought the screens. All of that came from the Patreons. All of that came from the support that people put into the channel.
Yeah.
So it
I
does
think
go through-
99% of mine came from supporters at this point. When I first started, I initially put the original investment in, which was shit. Like it was like a webcam, and a really crappy Power Director editing program, and since then, I've got this brand new computer. I mean, it's sweet. I've got, really good cameras, ring lights, green screens. I got all this stuff, and it's all because of the supporters. I don't have to really put any money into it anymore.
Granny, Godless Granny, bought me for my birthday last year the ring light that I'm using right now.
Yeah, I got a couple really cheap ones from Walmart for like $20, and they work great. I mean, they work really well with my green screen.
Yeah, there's so much you can get out there for cheap. There's so much you can do. And if there's anybody out there starting a channel, as we're trying to do, as I said earlier, next Monday, I can't even remember their name. Is it Overprotected Atheist? Someone I found on Twitter, very small channel, literally just started like 3 months ago. We're going to introduce them to the community. We're going to get their subs up. We're going to give them a bit of a hand because it is normalizing atheism. Sorry, Spartan. Sorry. Just trying to be Spartans.
Well, that's what I miss most, I think, from the early days of my channel.
I don't want to put I'm trying to be nice. Spartan is on our. Spartan is cool. All right.
Spartan's one of the few Christians that I've met that I've never disliked.
What I like about Spartan as well is, right, you get to know Spartan, and then like Apocalypse here and a few other channels, follow Spartan on Twitter, and you will find other Christians that think similarly like him, that are open to the
there are
conversation.
some good people out there.
Yeah, well, and that's going to be my focus, I think, because I've always shied away from the Twitter side of things because it does seem more of a dumpster fire even than YouTube. But I do understand, like in Twitter, you can be exposed to more serious-minded theists that take the conversation a lot more seriously.
Yeah, I feel like Twitter is whatever you make it. Like it can be really, really bad, but I don't have bad experiences on Twitter. And
it can be a toxic cesspool. But it's fun.
Yeah. I mean, most of my troubles on Twitter come from most of my troubles on Twitter, as left as I am, come from the left. You say one wrong thing and it's like, take his head off, So I stepped away from Twitter for a while too, but I'm going to be coming back to Twitter because I do want to utilize it to meet. I want to talk to better Christians. Like I don't want to talk to these,
What I usually do,
whatever
to
they are.
find a channel, or to find someone, or when I'm on a wee hunt before I go to bed, is I will look down through my Twitter feed. I will look at who Dave has posted. I will look at who Spartan has posted, who people I know personally are interacting with. And Dave likes to poke fences, so he's good to have a look at if you want a wee bit of crazy. Spartan's good if you want actually somebody you would invite to an open mic to have an actual fucking conversation with. But you look at what they've posted, then you go into the comments, you see somebody with a certain name, or somebody who's actually made a cogent argument, or somebody who's actually made a decent point, and you're like, oh, click that person. Then I check their media and likes, and I look on their posts, look down through it. They have a YouTube channel. Click the YouTube channel, go in, there you are, send them a DM.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah, that's what I need to do. It's what I need, because you do seem to get better Christian guests than I've ever really been able to get. I've always assumed it was like, you know, I'm rage and I will rage out. I did have that reputation. It's why, like, I do try not to do that in my debates, although in my last debate, CJ had me raging a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it does seem like you've had a better method of landing more serious interlocutors on the Christian side than I have.
Yes, you see, there's a trick to that. Is I secretly rage as well, but I rage on other people's channels, and then I have crazy people on my channel. I have a genuine interview with them, and then I invite Dave and Mand on to tell them to suck their dick. That's
For the first 2 years of for about the first year and a half of my live streaming, I was a raging alcoholic, you know, and that's, you know, that's the problem, is people remember that and they don't want to come talk to me anymore.
No, well, that's it. I come across as nice and decent, and I'm open to the conversation, and then I invite my friends on. I hang around with really nasty atheists. That's the trick you go with, you know. Blame it all on John Rage.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, yeah, I mean, it would be easy if I had a Dave around. I could just blame everything on Dave.
John.
You've John.
I know, but John's the more rational one of the two. Like, it's hard for me to blame anything on John because he's more rational than I am.
There you are. My mother...
but I hear more about people not liking John than you. More
really?
People bitching about John, yeah.
That's crazy, because he's, to me, I mean, he takes the chat a lot more seriously than I do. Like, he gets more aggravated at the chat than I do, but he's more even keel than I am, and he usually has some pretty good arguments with him. But yeah, I've gotten that since John first came on the channel. People didn't like Horseface, and some people like him, some people don't. I love John. He's like my brother.
John's part of the channel.
Yeah. Yeah, well, one of the best compliments I ever got was from Dr. Josh, and he was like, man, I watch you and John every morning because you guys just mesh well together. And I think we do. Like, you know, we overtalk each other sometimes, but, you know, sometimes I'll get mad because he takes, you know, he'll be a little Nazi in the chat sometimes. But, you know, I think we mesh well. I think it's a good blend of, you know, rage and usually a more calmer, even keeled John Peterson.
Well, that's it. That's what I find with watching Spartan now, is him and Apocalypse here have been hitting it off, as he says. The banter and the way that they approach topics and talk about things, it's very, very good. It's an open. They have a rapport. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah,
rapport.
it definitely helps to like have somebody else. It's hard doing like interviews and videos by yourself, for sure.
Yeah, respect the rage for that. I've never done a stream by myself.
Yeah, and John's been really pushing me to do more solo streams before I took a break and when I come back. So, like, you know, like, I think a lot of people do assume like John wants to be on everyone. No, like, John's constant like, dude, you need to give the audience what they want. They want you, you know. And I'm like, yeah, but I like having that second guy there, you know.
No, definitely.
It does make it a lot easier, you know.
Yeah, that's why I have the interviews, the open mics and stuff like that there. It's just, I couldn't do a reaction video by myself. I get left on my own, I don't know what to do, I panic.
They're definitely better in an edited format. You know, I think me and Skylar both realize that. I don't want to speak for Skylar, but it seems like, you know, when we do the live you know, responses to videos, the views definitely seems to drop off on both channels, I think. And I just can't really think, you know, Dragnot has his own thing, so people go there for what Dragnot's doing, right? So that's a different monster.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to, like, you know, for me personally, what I've noticed, like when I do an edited review video, it's far better than a live stream. I think
timing. And the fact,
Yeah.
and the
timing, and I can choose, because I'll often do 2 or 3 different takes to a cut, right, to that segment of that review, and I can choose the best one that sounds the best, that makes the best statement, that's funnier or more serious depending on the video. So I think the editing process is better for those live reviews because you can be more spot on.
When Godless
Does that not take a lot longer?
When Godless Engineer hit 50,000, we were all, sending in our videos and stuff. I'm not joking you, man. I still have them on the computer. I did 12 edited videos saying basically the same fucking thing. And that damn one I was happy with. I cut every single fucking one of them spelt fake. I would rather come across as a stoned idiot.
We are always our most staunch critics. I can't, people, I've gotten out on the edge with a few of my videos, but I can't tell you how many videos that never made it onto the channel just because they went too far, if you're trying to walk a line, a lot of times you're gonna cross that line, so you've got to be aware of it and realize, can't put that one up.
I was literally doing 10-second videos of just going, congratulations on 50,000, and keep doing what you're doing, man, and use your voice, definitely.
I like my joke.
GE was one of the first atheists I watched on YouTube, and he was really small back then, maybe 10,000 subs, if that. Me and him, the first time we talked, live and stream together, we talked about it. The video was him dancing and giving arguments against God, and it was absolutely hilarious what he was doing. So, I've always remembered that. And then, meeting Godless Engineer, it was like meeting Arn Ra. It's this is a guy that I looked up to when I wasn't doing YouTube and I was sitting in those live chats talking shit like everybody else.
When I was doing my last job and I moved to the managerial position and I had a wee bit of freedom and further away from an hour and a half away from head office rather than working in head office, you get a wee bit more freedom. Excuse me. And I had and Dave knows this. Dave knows the regular that used to come into the place that I would work, and we would have conversation. We had a fucking abortion fight one time on man, where I had to go and apologize to other customers after he left. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Oh, I've had those.
Right.
But everybody knows not to get me talking politics at work, because if they do, then the next day I'm coming in, I'm like, I'm sorry.
Man, I finished at 6. I've stayed to 8 at night with this guy. We've exchanged books. I even bought him books and things like that there. We had a great conversation. And that came from whenever I moved to that position and getting a wee bit more freedom. That happened. I met actually his son, and his father then came in to see what the crack was and have a bit of banter, next time to get stuff done. And then me and his father headed off and we had a bit of crack. I ended up meeting the wife then as well. And I talked to them all. And that came from when I moved there. And after it happened, I sent KC actually a message saying, I've started to stand up and use my voice now, and thank you, and this, that, and the other, and it definitely is an influence, Yeah.
I've always stated my greatest influence was Cult of Dusty back when Cult of Dusty was.
Sorry, somebody sent a super chat for $10 US asking me to kick Rage, so.
Yeah, well, he'd be happy to know. I was officially I'm on the rolls. My blood is Cherokee, but when I was practicing the religion, I practiced the Universal Dakota religion. So the Cherokees didn't like that, and I'm not allowed on the reservation anymore.
Well, in 9 minutes, we'll have waited a full hour for Richard.
This has happened with Richard with me before, and it's always time zones. So you switching it to his time zone might have screwed him up.
No. I'll show you the email. He sent me a response going, "Thank you for converting it to me. I will check. You are probably right, knowing you, and I will see you there. Please send me the link, at least in advance by an hour. Open brackets. A day before would be great because I panicked. Close brackets, so it's an afterthought." And then he said, "Peace out," as he usually does.
I miss Richard. He's a good friend, and like his brand of Christianity is very refreshing to me. It's as crazy as people think that Richard is. If you listen to Richard and compare that, I'm sorry, Spartan, to regular Christianity, to me it's a lot more logical because Richard actually believes in a biological being that is God.
Yep.
So to me, it's
7 months, and as much as I love that man,
contradictions.
it just means it's a longer question. It's a longer.
It takes a lot longer to get into the depths of Richard Madsen.
It gets a lot longer to get to the same point as where Spartan is, and he's straight up about it. And he's happy to say, look, if I want this to happen, it may take the hand of God, and I believe in God. And Richard does this whole logical thing where this, that, and the other, and all the rest of it. And 7 months down the line, he's telling me a story where there's 7 Jesuses in the story, and I'm screaming at him. I'm veeing him my necks here because he just won't say finger or God.
Yeah, well, and what drives me crazy is because I can't really hammer down, because in one breath he'll be like, Jesus is coming in the future. It hasn't happened yet. But then in the next, it's like he's talking almost like a normal Christian, and Jesus is already. I mean, I'm like, I don't get it.
20.
Because in the book, he is describing multiple Jesuses that have been on different planets, but that they are predicting what's going to happen to us in the future.
Like, he knows how many conversations we've had right now. Like, I've always lost track. It's like 18 or 19 conversations me and Richard has had, and I'm still kind of I feel like I'm on the edge of understanding.
The problem you've got is you understand Christianity to some degree.
Yeah.
And the problem is that goes against every time you think you're following something, you try and fit it into what you know about Christianity, normal Christianity. And that's usually wrong.
I would say there's at least a minimum of 4 days straight without tea breaks, food breaks, or toilet breaks. 4 days straight of me and Richard going through his beliefs. Yeah.
Didn't you guys do that whole book of
7 months, 7.5 months?
Yeah, man, like that was a long, in-depth, and it's like I watched a few of those, and it's like, yeah, it's like always with, and I love the man. Don't get me wrong, I'm not talking smack. I didn't get closer to understanding him.
They were more about showing that he thinks that all the ancient texts contain some truth about his worldview.
Yeah. And he gets really frustrated at both sides when we don't get it. Like, he gets mad at the Christians, he gets mad at the atheists. He's like, it's so easy, you should be able to understand. And I'm like, I just don't understand, my dude.
I've got one question. Why is it not called the Book of Enkidu?
What?
Why is it not called the Book of Enkidu?
Yeah.
I heard Richard one time go in one of SJ's streams, and like she thought she was like agreeing with him. And I'm sitting back there in the chat just laughing. I'm like, you have no clue what Richard is actually talking about right now. She's like, oh, yeah, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. I'm like, oh.
On the comments on the Darth Dawkins v. Richard, I would say it's probably 70% Richard, 30% Darth support.
Oh yeah, I thought he did pretty good in that Darth Dawkins debate. Yeah, I thought he one of the better Darth Dawkins debates I've ever seen.
Yesterday, still getting a hit. Yesterday, still getting hit solidly.
If anybody can drive DD away saying that man's crazy, I mean that is just so fantastic. That is a real, that's something to put on your CV. That is.
Yeah, that's got to go on the Darth Dawkins, audio cut, right?
Yeah.
Tom Rabbit never fucking copied the debate I did. I felt so.
Oh,
sad.
He might not know about it. We've got to make it like if he knew about it, he would probably definitely cover it.
Someone should let him know that knows him.
Yeah, well, I don't know him, but he's covered me a couple times, so me and John might be able to reach out and say, hey, maybe you haven't seen this one yet, Tom.
Yeah, I know. I have to say,
it's like the world. He's like the Weird Al of the atheists, right?
Mute. Oh, it felt so good. It felt just so good. It really did. Right, we've been going nearly an hour. If cider and port is still going, Dave, everybody should go over there. They're talking about all the wonderful American things. Anybody got anything to shill? We will start with Dave.
You're aware, right, that we had
Moving
a
on
budget.
to Spooky.
Huh? Sorry, I misheard that. What did you say?
We had a budget today. We're going to have massive tax rises.
Oh,
Are we?
Yep.
How much of a tax rise, Dave?
I don't think we're actually having any now. He's warning us that we are going to have massive tax rises.
I'm really shocked the fact that we're having tax rises after he gave away maybe 100 million to support the...
100 million, you think?
No. I'm just randomly picking a number. I have not looked into it in any
It's
way.
several hundred billions.
There you are. Of course it is. You know, $700 billion.
Yes. He paid you to stay home half the time.
I got paid to stay at home for 8 months. And would you think this is funny, Dave? Do you remember after that last job, did that thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks later, they sent me out an email going, right, we're going to furlough you and make you part-time, make you work 2 days a week. Still pay you full wages.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fuck them. Although, yeah, they paid me all my holiday pay plus a week and a half. UK is better than USA in some points. Spooky, anything you want to show?
hello, dear. Yes, sub to me. Spooky bad hair. The O's are zeros. I produce a video every 3 years.
There's an awful lot.
So
of
they're
that.
really good.
Awful lot. I don't think you
Yes.
uploaded. You said you were going to upload your birthday stream that you did on mine.
On my birthday. On my birthday.
Yeah, but you'll have another one on your birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
then we can have two.
When's your birthday again? Just remind us what month.
6th of the 6th.
66.
6 p.m.
63.
Ah,
Anyone else confused?
it's the 6th of the 6th of the 63.
Yes.
See? Spartan, anything you want to shout about?
I don't have too much going on, but I just looked, 347 subscribers. So there's 21 people here. 3 of you should subscribe to my channel.
How many? How many subs?
347.
That's not too bad.
That is
Yeah,
fucking
so-
disgraceful. Spartan, for the content that he puts out and for the genuine nature, it should be at least 500. He's not 1,000 yet. He hasn't got the production down. But he should be at least 500. His living room just
I mean, I'm
give up.
kind of whatever, but 3 more, I'll be at 350. That's kind of cool. So
Right. Dave, will you please post Spartan's link in the chat? Ox alone can do that.
I haven't got. I've lost my spreadsheet. I couldn't find the damn thing. Oh, there it is.
I could probably post it even. I have a sword or a wrench or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Chill yourself, man. Chill yourself. I
Well, I
think
don't
we've
know
got a
stuff like
built-in one for Knock. I do apologize. But I think if we do that, then Knock should appear. And speaking of Knock, what's happening?
Oh, not much right now. I do have edited content coming out. John is doing streams.
Sorry, I had to. They paid me a tenner. If you've nothing coming out, why, you know.
I mean, John is doing streams, and I'll be doing like health updates. I might do an occasional open room, something like that, just to keep it going. But yeah, I'll find out next week if I'm getting this surgery, and if I'm getting this surgery, the goal is to have edited content that I can release sporadically through that recovery process. So, hoping the surgery doesn't happen, but yeah, we'll see. So outside of that, I'm working on this ghost dance video. I'm really excited to put out my opinions on what happened at Wounded Knee, and probably gonna piss off what few native friends I have left, but that's how it goes.
True to yourself.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the honesty, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I think it's an important lesson. You know, religion does fail, especially under extreme conditions, and I think that Wounded Knee is a perfect example of that.
Right. Well, as I say, Dave, if you're very nice, would you please post the link to Christopher Moot's channel? Moot.
I hate you.
Yes, I know. I'm just doing it to annoy you. I'll be there Sunday. All going well. In real life circumstances going well. I will be there Sunday 7 UK, 2 p.m. Eastern. I think it's just a general hangout. Titan knows Christopher. He can give me a better heads up about it. I have no idea. Monday we have small channel coming back. All that, we've been there before. And all the rest of it. Everybody, thank you for pretending to be Richard. And yeah.
I don't feel we've done it justice.
No.
Nobody got their beard big enough. I tried. I conditioned it and put oil in it and all the night. And...
Well, I didn't even know this was going to happen today. I shaved. Oh.
You say I shaved today as well.
I know. Yeah. Vego of Carpathia. Right. Everybody, thank you very much for coming. And end of the day, think for yourselves, people.
Oh yeah, it was fun, man. I might get off here and catch this pizza guy when he gets here. Y'all have a good night.